Okay, so we've demonstrated now how to transfer references either by downloading or direct export from databases, journals, and from Summon. So I now just want to show you how to get the references from the physical catalogue. So this time I'm going to search the catalogue, so I'm going to click on Catalogue here from the library's homepage. I'll do my search for information literacy again. Just click on search. So from this page I'll click on check availability on the first option here, and when I click save I'll see I have a number of options here for downloading the reference. Now EndNote web option is quite inconsistent, it doesn't always work properly, so just ignore the EndNote option, the EndNote web option here, and I'm going to click on the RIS file. So this is the most consistent and the most reliable way to get the reference from the catalogue. So I'll click on that file, and it's just repeating the steps now. So it's downloaded the file to my downloads folder. If I go back into EndNote and we just follow that same process again, so choose file, there's my file there, choose my RIS file type, and finally save it to assignment 1 and import. So now it's imported that reference for me. Okay, so we've demonstrated now how to save references from some of the online resources, but it might happen that you have a physical resource that you haven't found online and that you'd still like to create a reference for. So for those ones you'll need to create it manually. So if I come back up to the top here to collect, and this time instead of import references, if you click on new reference, and this opens up a window for you to manually create the reference. So you just choose the reference type, so that's whether it's a book or a journal or whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to select book here, and you'll just put in the details of the author. Now it's important with this that you don't put punctuation marks at the end of the author's name here, and if there's more than one author, if you just skip a line, so come down below and then put in the next name. And again, you don't need to put any punctuation at the end of any of these text boxes. So okay, so again, no punctuation at the end. EndNote will actually create the punctuation for you. So if you do put commas and full stops, it might cause a problem with the formatting once you export it into Microsoft Word. So you'll just fill out as much information along these categories as you can, all the way down to the end, and then you'll just click save, and the reference is now saved, so that will be available now in your EndNote library. So the last kind of reference that you might want to generate is a reference of a website. So previously in one of our earlier videos we set up the Internet Capture Reference tool, which again is just up here in my toolbar. So we're going to use that tool now to capture a reference for a website. So I'll navigate just to any website, so we'll go to BBC, and I'm just going to click on the first article here. So if I want to capture the reference for this particular article, I'll just click on capture reference when I have the page open, and that's going to create an EndNote pop-up. So some of the fields will already be pre-populated for us, and EndNote will pull as much of the information as it can from the website. So really all you have to do is choose what is the reference type. So is it a journal article, is it a newspaper item? So this one is newspaper, so I'll just select newspaper article, and then you can fill in as much of the information as you like on that page, and I can select which group I want to assign it to. So this time I'm going to select my assignment 1 group by ticking the box and save to EndNote web. So I'm just going to save that, and the reference was captured into assignment 1 successfully. So if I close that box and then I go back to my EndNote account and I just refresh my references, we'll see now that there, if I go into my assignment 1, we'll see now that there's a reference from the BBC website in there. So in this last section of this video, I'm just going to demonstrate how to attach a PDF to one of your references. So I'm going to go into my reference list here. I'll select this reference here. This brings up all of the information about that reference. So if I scroll down and I go to the URL link and I click on this blue arrow, this should take me directly to the reference. So I'm going to download the PDF. I just click on download here. So I'll download it into my downloads folder so it's easier for me to find it. Click on save. Okay, so that's been downloaded now down to the downloads folder. So back in EndNote, so I'm going to stay on the same page. I'm going to click on attachments and attach files. So again, it's just like attaching a document to an email. Click on open and then upload. Okay, so now this PDF is now saved within my EndNote library, so it'll be really easy for me to come back and find this later. So there you go.